Collective, stop what you are doing and listen to me very carefully, because somebody is trying to silence a person who knows way too much about you. And when I say they do not want this person speaking, I mean they are panicking. They are watching this person's mouth. They are watching their posts. They are watching who they talk to, who they text, who they sit beside. Because if this person says one real thing about you, the whole story changes. Oh my goodness, this is already loud. Welcome in, beautiful souls. I'm so glad you made it here. Because this message is not going to be for everybody. Take only what resonates. Do not force the story. But if your chest tightened when you saw the title, if your spirit said, wait, I know exactly who this is, then stay with me, because your angels pulled you into this reading for a reason. Before I even get into the card, let me give you the markers I'm hearing. I'm getting strong Taurus energy because we have the Hierophant reversed right here, but I'm also feeling Gemini, Scorpio, Leo, Libra, Virgo, and Capricorn. I keep hearing the months April, May, September, and November. The numbers coming through are 5, 11, 22, 44, and 717. Initials I'm hearing are T, R, M, S, B, and K. Take it how it resonates. It could be you. It could be them. It could be the person who knows the truth. Now look at this first card. The Hierophant reversed. This is not fortune-telling. This is symbolism. And symbolically, the Hierophant reversed is somebody breaking away from the official story. Somebody is no longer obeying the group script. Somebody is tired of pretending that what happened was normal, acceptable, or just how things are. This is the whistleblower energy. This is the person in the room who was told, don't speak about them, don't bring their name up, don't tell what really happened. But their spirit is uncomfortable now. Their conscience is getting loud, and the guilty person knows it. Because if this person speaks, they are not just gossiping, they are correcting the record. And somebody does not want your name cleared, because with this death card coming out right behind that Hierophant reversed, listen to me, this is not just somebody talking. This is an ending to a false version of events. And I need you to hear me very clearly. Collective, death does not always mean physical death. This is symbolism. This is the death of a lie, the death of a mask, the death of a story that was kept alive by people agreeing not to ask too many questions. Somebody knows the timeline does not make sense. I'm hearing there was something about what was said publicly versus what happened privately. Somebody saw the gap. Somebody heard one thing from this person and then watched them perform a completely different version in front of everybody else. And for a while, maybe they ignored it. Maybe they told themselves, no, I must have misunderstood. Maybe they wanted to stay loyal. Maybe they did not want to get involved. But baby, the spirit does not let you unknow what you know. Somebody knows there was a contradiction. Somebody knows there was a message, a conversation, a date, a receipt, a little detail that was left out on purpose. And that is why this guilty person is not afraid of gossip. Let me say that again. They are not afraid of gossip. They are afraid of one sentence. One sentence that makes everybody stop and say, wait, that is not what we were told. That is the panic I'm feeling here. Because with the Hierophant reversed, this was the approved version. This was the group script. This was what everybody was supposed to believe. And now death is saying, that version cannot survive anymore. Something is being transformed. Something is being exposed. Something is being buried that should have been buried a long time ago. And I'm talking about the lie, not you. They wanted your reputation to be the thing that ended. But the lie is ending instead. Oh, this is strong. And the person who knows the truth, they are not random. They were close enough to see the real behavior. They were close enough to hear what was said when nobody else was around. They were close enough to notice when the story changed. This could be somebody in a family, a friend group, a workplace, a spiritual community, a relationship circle. Take it how it resonates. but somebody has been sitting with information that changes everything. And here is the part that is making the guilty person nervous. This person may have believed the lie at first. They may have laid down in that lie for a season. And look at this Four of Swords coming out, because this is exactly the energy I'm talking about. This is somebody trying to rest, but they cannot rest right. This is somebody who tried to put the truth away. They tried to tuck it under the pillow. They tried to tell themselves, "It is not my business. I do not want to get in the middle of that. I have too much going on. I need peace." But listen, collective, there is a difference between peace and avoidance, and this person is starting to understand that. I'm hearing sleepless nights. I'm hearing waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning with the same thought on their mind. I'm hearing dreams where your name comes up, dreams where they are back in that room, back in that conversation, back at that moment where they should have said, "Wait, that is not true." But they did not say it. And I'm not saying this to shame them. Take it how it resonates. Some people stay quiet because they are scared. Some people stay quiet because they are loyal to the wrong person. Some people stay quiet because money is involved, family is involved, a job is involved, a living situation is involved, a reputation is involved. Somebody may have felt like, if I speak up for the collective, then everybody is going to turn on me too. So they rested in silence, but that silence is not comfortable anymore. Oh my goodness. Their spirit is not letting them sleep. Their conscience is getting loud. The truth keeps tapping them on the shoulder. And with this Four of Swords, this is somebody who has been in a pause, in a retreat, in a quiet space. But the quiet is not empty. The quiet is full of memory. They keep replaying it. They keep remembering the exact look on somebody's face, the exact tone, the exact sentence, the moment the story shifted, the moment they realized, hold on, they are leaving something out. And now something has changed in their energy. They are not laughing the same. They are not responding the same. They are not backing up the lie with the same confidence anymore. They may have pulled back from a group chat. They may have stopped answering calls. They may be watching, but not commenting. They may be praying about what to do, sitting in their room, asking, "Why is this bothering Casmi so, Dad?" Because their spirit knows silence made them part of it, and the guilty person can feel that shift. They can feel this person getting quiet in a different way now. Not quiet because they agree. Quiet because they are thinking. Quiet because they are waking up. Quiet because they are deciding whether they can live with themselves if they never tell the truth. And that is why somebody has started watching them closely. And now look what comes out. Knight of Swords. This is fast movement. This is somebody rushing in. This is messages, conversations, somebody saying too much too quickly. Somebody trying to get ahead of something before it lands. And listen, collective. This is not calm energy. This is somebody checking posts, checking stories, checking who viewed what, checking if somebody liked something, checking if somebody is still close to you, checking if that person who knows the truth has been talking to mutuals, checking group chats, checking family members, checking co-workers, checking the energy in the room before they even walk in. They want to know who knows what. Because the witness's guilt became visible. Their silence changed shape. Before, their silence protected the guilty person. Now their silence is making the guilty person nervous. Do you hear me? Somebody is trying to read this person's face. They are trying to hear what is underneath their tone. They are asking little questions that sound casual, but they are not casual. Have you talked to them? Did they say anything? Are you still cool with so-and-so? Why have you been acting weird? Baby, that is not a normal question. That is a person looking for a crack in the wall. They are trying to get ahead of the confession. Oh my goodness, this Knight of Swords is loud. Because symbolically, this is not just communication. This is pressure. This is someone charging toward the truth, trying to cut it off before it can reach the right ears. They are trying to control every doorway where truth could enter. Social media is a doorway. A text thread is a doorway. A family dinner is a doorway. A workplace conversation is a doorway. A mutual friend saying, "Actually, that is not what I heard," is a doorway. And somebody is standing at every door sweating, acting like they are just being concerned. No, they are not concerned. They are scared. Take it how it resonates. But I'm hearing somebody may be watching this witness more than they are watching you. Because they already know you are not chasing. They already know you are not begging to be believed. They already know you have been sitting back, letting spirit handle what human beings tried to hide. But the person who knows the truth, that is the wild card. That is the one they cannot control the same way anymore. And here is where this gets messy, collective, because before this truth comes out, this guilty person may try to reach you without reaching you directly. They may come through another person. They may send a little message through a mutual. They may suddenly post something vague. They may ask somebody, "How are they doing?" Not because they care the way they should have cared before, but because they want to test the temperature. And look at this 8 of Cups. This is walking away. This is somebody leaving behind what they thought was emotionally safe. This is somebody saying, "I cannot keep standing here, pretending these cups are full when I know something is missing." And collective, I feel this for you too, because some of you had to walk away from a whole room of people who chose the easier story over the true one. They painted you like you were unstable. They painted you like you were jealous, bitter, dramatic, difficult, too sensitive, too emotional, too much. They wanted people to think you were the issue because if people looked at what actually happened, they would have had to ask questions about them. So they made your reaction the story, not what caused it, not what was done behind closed doors, not the betrayal, not the manipulation, not the words that were said when nobody else was around. They wanted everybody focused on how you left, how you cried, how you blocked, how you got quiet, how you stopped showing up, how you stopped explaining yourself. They wanted your silence to look like guilt. They wanted your distance to look like defeat. They wanted people to think you were the issue. But with this 8 of Cups, baby, you did not walk away because you had nothing to say. You walked away because your soul was tired of standing in a place where truth had to beg for permission. Oh my goodness. And now the same people who watched you walk away are starting to feel that empty space. They are starting to notice that something about the story does not sit right. Because you did not chase. You did not keep performing for people who had already decided not to hear you. You let them believe what they wanted to believe. But somebody else knows. Somebody saw why you walked away. And that is why this indirect contact matters. They may be trying to see if you already know the truth is about to come out. They may be trying to see if the witness has spoken to you. They may be trying to figure out if you are still hurt enough to react. Because if they can get a reaction out of you, they can use that reaction to keep the old story alive. Do not give them that. Because the witness knows the lie was built around one missing detail. And with Temperance coming out right here, this is where Spirit is saying, slow down. Because the missing detail is not loud at first. It is subtle. It is the thing that was mixed into the story so carefully that people almost did not notice it was missing. Temperance is balance, blending, timing, patience. And symbolically, this is somebody trying to make two things fit together that were never supposed to fit. The public story and the private truth. And I'm hearing this very clearly. Collective. There is one detail that balances the whole thing back out. One date, one message, one conversation, one deleted post, one receipt, one person who was standing there and heard exactly what was said. And when that detail is added back in, the story changes. Not a little, completely. Because the smear campaign depended on people not knowing this part. They needed people to believe you reacted for no reason. They needed people to believe you walked away out of pride, jealousy, bitterness, whatever label they tried to put on you. But they left out what happened right before you pulled your energy back. They left out the trigger. They left out the disrespect. They left out the setup. They left out the fact that somebody already knew what they were doing when they did it. And that is the part. Oh my goodness. That is the part they do not want spoken. Because if it was just messy, they could hide behind confusion. If it was just misunderstanding, they could say, well, everybody saw it differently. But this missing detail makes it look intentional, and that is what they are afraid of. Not exposure, intention. They are afraid people are going to realize this was not just something that happened. This was something somebody allowed, shaped, repeated, or used. Take it how it resonates. This is symbolism, not forcing a story, but I keep hearing, they knew. Somebody knew what would make you look bad. Somebody knew what to leave out. Somebody knew who would believe them first. And with Temperance, I feel like Spirit has been patient. You have been patient. The truth has been patient. But patience is not permission for the lie to live forever. Balance is coming back. The missing piece is coming back to the table. And what makes this even louder is the person holding this detail is not somebody the guilty party was worried about at first. No. This is somebody they thought would stay quiet. Somebody they thought was already mixed into their side of the story. But that person is about to turn around and speak. And look what comes out. The star reversed. Oh my goodness. Because this is somebody losing faith in the story they were helping protect. This is somebody who once looked at the guilty person like, no, they would not do that. No, they must have had a reason. No, maybe the collective is exaggerating. But now the star reversed is showing me disappointment, disillusionment. Somebody is realizing the person they defended was not being honest with them either. And that is why this is so uncomfortable. Because this witness may not be your closest person. This may be somebody close to them. A friend, a sibling, a co-worker, an ex, a mutual connection, somebody in the same family, somebody in the same circle, somebody who sat beside them, laughed with them, prayed with them, worked with them, defended them. And now they are sitting there like, wait, did you use me too? Do you hear me, collective? This is not coming from you. Not from you. Not because you begged. Not because you chased. Not because you kept explaining yourself. From somebody they trusted to stay quiet. That is why the panic is so loud. Because if you say it, they can call you bitter. If you say it, they can say you are still hurt. If you say it, they can say, see, this is why we do not deal with them. But if their own person says it, if somebody from their side says, actually, that is not what happened. If somebody they counted on turns around and says, no, I remember that differently, the whole room changes. And with the star reversed, this person is struggling because they wanted to believe in them. They wanted the guilty person to be better than this. They wanted to think there was some missing explanation that would make everything okay. But now the missing detail is not making the guilty person look better. It is making the truth clearer. I'm hearing this person is torn between loyalty and conscience. They do not want to betray somebody they cared about. They do not want to be the one who shakes the table. They may be thinking, if I say this, I lose people. If I say this, I become the problem. If I say this, they are going to come for me next. But baby, their spirit is tired. Their hope in the lie is fading. And once this person speaks, people are going to start apologizing to you in their spirit before they ever apologize out loud. And they may not even know how to say it yet, but their energy is going to say it first. Now look at this Page of Wands reversed, because this is the message that somebody does not want delivered. This is the conversation they are trying to delay. This is the spark they are trying to smother before it turns into a fire. And I'm telling you, collective, somebody is hoping this witness loses courage. They are hoping they second-guess themselves. They are hoping they say, maybe I should just leave it alone. But the problem is, once truth starts moving, even quietly, people can feel it. The room gets quiet when truth walks in. Somebody is going to say one small thing. It may not even be a dramatic announcement. It may be a simple correction. No, that is not how that happened, actually. They did tell me something different. Wait, I remember that night. Hold on, that message was sent before that. And baby, when that little sentence drops, people are going to start replaying everything. They are going to replay the way you were treated. They are going to replay the way somebody rushed to explain themselves. They are going to replay how fast the story spread. They are going to replay who benefited from you being misunderstood. Because that is what this is. This is not about humiliating anybody. This is not about revenge. This is not about you sitting back waiting for somebody to suffer. No. This is about the record being corrected. This is about truth returning to its rightful place. And they cannot unhear what is about to be said. I'm hearing people are going to start noticing inconsistencies they ignored before. Somebody is going to remember a conversation. Somebody is going to look at an old message. Somebody is going to realize, why did they tell me that part like that? And once people start asking why, the whole false structure starts shaking. That is why the witness's words carry weight. Because they were close enough to the other side. They were not supposed to validate you. They were not supposed to notice. They were not supposed to care. But they do. And when they speak, it carries a different kind of authority. Because people know they had no reason to defend you unless something was true. Oh, this is judgment energy without the card even being here. Divine timing, exposure, correction. But before that truth fully lands, somebody may make one final desperate move to stop it. And here comes the Six of Pentacles reversed. Oh my goodness. Do you see how this is coming out? Because this is the imbalance. This is somebody trying to control what gets given, what gets taken, who gets believed, who gets supported, who gets left out. And reversed, this can be somebody using help, money, loyalty, access, favors, or emotional support as a way to keep people quiet. This is the final move. They may suddenly start giving what they should have given a long time ago. Suddenly being kind. Suddenly being generous. Suddenly acting like, no, I care about everybody. I just want peace. But listen, collective. Peace without truth is just another cover-up. They may try to love bomb the witness. They may try to guilt trip the witness. They may say, after everything I did for you, you would really betray me? They may bring up old favors. They may bring up money. They may bring up family. They may bring up loyalty. They may say, you know how they are. You know they are dramatic. Why are you listening to them now? But the witness is not listening to you. They are listening to their own conscience. And that is what this person cannot stand. Because people are already starting to question the old story. The energy is already shifting. The room is already getting quiet. So now somebody may try to distract, delete something, deny something, act spiritual all of a sudden, post about forgiveness, post about protection, post about fake peace while privately trying to intimidate the person who knows too much. Do not get pulled into that. Collective, hear me clearly. You do not have to chase this. You do not have to prove this. You do not have to beg anyone to see you. You do not have to run into the room with receipts shaking in your hand. Because the truth is moving without you forcing it. And that is the power here. Your silence is different now. Before, they wanted your silence to look like guilt. But now your silence looks like self-control. Now your silence looks like healing. Now your silence looks like, I know what happened. And I do not need to destroy myself trying to convince people who benefited from misunderstanding me. That is strength. That is discipline. That is spirit saying, let them reveal themselves. The Six of Pentacles reversed is also showing me that whatever was unfairly taken from you, energetically, socially, emotionally, reputationally, balance is trying to correct it. But you cannot grab the scale while spirit is adjusting it. So the final message, beautiful souls, is about what you must do now. You take the reins back. And look what closes this out, collective. The Chariot. Oh my goodness. This is movement. This is control. This is direction. This is you not being pulled into somebody else's panic just because they finally feel the consequences of what they created. The Chariot is saying, stay in your lane, but do not shrink. Stay calm, but do not pretend you do not know what you know. Stay focused, but do not look back every 5 seconds to see who is finally realizing they were wrong about you. Because they are realizing it. Some of them will never say it out loud. Take it how it resonates. Some people will apologize in silence, because pride will not let their mouth do what their spirit already did. Some people will watch you differently. Some people will soften when your name comes up. Some people will stop laughing at the old version of the story because it does not feel funny anymore. And that is correction. You do not have to retaliate. You do not have to expose everybody. You do not have to lower yourself to be understood by people who needed a villain so they would not have to confront the truth. The Chariot is also protection. It is forward motion. It is discipline. It is saying, I know where I am going, and I am not letting chaos grab the wheel. Because this person, whoever this is, they wanted the command to work. Don't speak about them. Don't bring them up. Don't say what really happened. But truth does not obey fear. Truth does not need permission from the person who benefited from the lie. And beautiful souls, I need you to hear this in your chest. If you were misjudged, scapegoated, excluded, silenced, or made to look like the problem, your name is not as buried as they thought it was. The truth has roots. It kept growing underground. And now somebody who was supposed to keep quiet is feeling those roots push through. Let them reveal themselves. Let the witness find their courage. Let people replay the story. Let spirit correct the record without you abandoning your peace. Your job now is not to chase justice. Your job is to keep moving, like somebody who already knows divine timing did not forget their address. Because your spirit already knew. That is why the title grabbed you. That is why your chest tightened. That is why you stayed. They did not want to hear a thing from this person about you. Because one real sentence changes everything. And collective, it is already changing.